We are at Food and Wine, and I'm here with Kate Heddings, and today we are talking about the new book, Best of the Best, 16th edition. Yep. Explain what this series of cookbooks is.
This is a really fun series of books that we do every year. We go to over about 125 cookbooks every year that come in. We test them, and then we compile our favorite 25 books, and from those our 100 favorite recipes, and we put them into a volume called The Best of the Best.
And what's interesting about cookbooks every year is there's often themes for certain years. There's a lot of similar books that come out in certain years. Was there a theme to this year? Was there something that you saw a lot of cookbooks coming out of, or things you were particularly excited about for this year's edition?
Yeah, definitely. One of the things, I have a huge sweet tooth, and one of the things I loved was we did see a big trend in sort of homey, old-style baking books. One of the books that we loved probably the most was called Back in the Day Bakery. It's Cheryl and Griffith Day. They have a place down in Savannah called Back in the Day Bakery. They do sort of really nice homespun desserts, but with a twist. So one of my favorite recipes that we did was called their Creole brownies. They put cocoa nibs in the brownie batter so they're crunchy without nuts. The other thing that I love, and we do see this from year to year, but it gets better, is the ability for chefs to do books that are truly really great, accessible books. A couple of the ones that we saw this year that we loved was Michael Simon's Carnivore. His books are great. His recipes are really solid. He does fun things like spicy sriracha chicken wings. I mean, they're things that people at home may or may not think of themselves, but they're really smart and they're fun. April Bloomfield's book, A Girl and Her Pig, was surprisingly doable, easy, but smart.
Right, and is that perhaps one of the challenges? Because when people go in a bookstore, you might say, oh, I love this person's restaurant, I love this person's show, I love this person's bakery, but perhaps the cookbook itself doesn't translate. So is it important for you to be able to say, no, these are the books that really work?
I feel that it is really important, and I really wish people would take a look at our book before purchasing anything else, because over the years I've worked on this book for 12 years now, and I will say that a lot of books don't work. And the sad part is a lot of people blame themselves.
And one of the things that's also interesting about this book is it's really divided into starters, dinner, breakfast. You have a wide range. Was that also important, not just in finding books that you love, but also finding books that had a good variety for people so that they could make a lot of different meals out of this book?
I mean, ultimately we want the book to function so that, well, yes, you can use it to help sort of see what you're interested in out there, but you can also buy our book and get a whole range of food.
Recipes.
It in and of itself is a terrific cookbook full of great recipes. So when I select the recipes for testing, and we are very mindful of how we divide it up to make sure there's all sorts of kinds of things in there.
Well, the book is called The Best of the Best. Hard to argue with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Allie.